Alright boys, thank you for both joining me today. Thank you for taking the time out to answer some questions. So boys, I just ask you to introduce yourselves if that's alright. Tell me your names, your age, where you're from and what you're currently doing.
Do you want to go first?
I'm Adam, I'm 17, from Essex, and I am studying at college.
I'm Josh, I'm 16 and I'm currently studying at Beauchamp sixth form.
Nice. What are you both studying?
I study business BTEC extended.
Nice. What do you study?
BTEC Business Extended.
Nice. Are you both in the same class?
No, well, he's at CV.
Oh right, cool. How long have you both known each other and how did you guys meet?
I think I've known Josh since I was year 7, probably about
longer
than that. We were primary school together, so
yeah. So we knew each other in primary school. We was obviously went through that entire thing, but we were never proper mates until probably about year 7 when we both had the same mates who sort of knew each other, and the main thing was start talking. We just sort of.
Nice. So as I understand it, you both played together at Wickford Town before Redwing, am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
What was it like playing for Wickford Town? What was the difference for Wickford Town and Redwing?
Just the quality, really.
I think it was a lot more actual football and like little tiki-taka passing, 1-2s.
Where, at Wickford or Redwing?
At Wickford, and then at Redwing it's sort of more Road 1 football. It's sort of you're more, when you think of Sunday League, that's what you sort of think.
Was you in a higher league at Wickford or?
We was in the higher league, but I think I'd definitely say we sort of dominated the league that we was in.
Yeah.
I think we won the entire season without losing, didn't we?
I don't think we won. I think by quite a lot the season that we did win, and we were sort of just a lot ahead than the rest of the teams. There's no other team that sort of was on the same wavelength and quality as us.
Nice. So bringing it back to Redwing, how would you describe your season so far?
It's had its good and bad. I think we've had a couple of results that we wouldn't have necessarily liked to have had. I think we've lost a couple of games we thought we should have won, but I think we have had a couple of games we've played really well and definitely beaten some teams by a lot more than what I thought we was going to do.
It's a case of there's a few games where if there's minor things that we could have changed and probably practiced a bit more, then we probably could have won them. We probably could have even destroyed the teams that we have played. But it's just.
What would you say those things are?
Just, I'd say confidence just on the ball. Everyone was sort of a bit hesitant to want to get the ball at their feet, and then when they did, they were just always sort of trying to get it out as quick as possible. And all it would really take is just keeping that ball for an extra few steps forward and then looking for that pass, even playing back. Like we only really started just playing from the back going out, and even if we've got the ball way up to the front, not being afraid to then pass the ball back. So if we knew that earlier, it would have been better.
Nice, that makes a huge difference. Who would you say your player of the season so far is? Obviously you can't say yourselves.
Yeah, obviously. I think probably Harvey. I reckon Harvey Adams.
I think I'd agree with Harvey as well.
He's the captain.
He's the captain of our team, yeah.
Captain, centre back. I mean, he does very well at dealing with. He's got the speed to catch up to people if they've got past him. He doesn't really ever make any mistakes or anything.
And it's his first season as captain as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think he's done really well.
Have you both been there longer than Harvey?
No, Harvey's been there the longest.
Yeah, he's been with Ross when they come through Essex Royals, I think, all the way.
Oh,
Red Wing.
So what would you say your best and worst moments of the season are so far?
I think best has got to be the game not last Sunday, but Sunday before.
Wow. Yeah, I think that, to be fair, that had a bit of our best and our worst in it.
Really?
I think winning in the end was definitely the high, but letting it get to that point was definitely one of the worst parts of the season.
What happened in that game?
So obviously we started off quite bad, went 2-0 down very quickly in the game, and we brought it back to go 3-2 up, bottled it last 5 minutes of the game, and then bottled it again in extra time. Thankfully they missed a penalty, and then
we equalised in extra time, took it to penalties, and then fortunately we did win on penalties, so but it shouldn't have been allowed to get to that point really.
Nah, really, it's a team in the division below that really probably should have put to bed a lot earlier.
Yeah. Nice. Is there a player who's surprised you most this season?
Jay Hansen for me.
Yeah.
Me and Jay never really got on.
Oh really?
No, personally we never really got on, but I think this season, as much as he's got a short temper, but his footballing ability sometimes does speak for itself as much as I don't personally like him. But
I think probably Harrison Manning.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely last season. I think he had a bit of like an up and down. He was scoring some goals but weren't doing that well. And then this year he sort of picked up from because he was at Whitford Town with us when he was there, and he really had that scoring ability, and he sort of lost that. And then he sort of just regained it now this season.
Was that to do with him playing a bit different? Was he in different positions or?
I think it was just. I think it's just people.
It was just. I think it's just people. Yeah, and I think it's a confidence thing. Harrison's one of them people. If he goes a game or two without necessarily scoring, he'll go 5-6 games without scoring.
Got you.
So it's one of the things. As soon as he gets his goal, he just flies. But he's getting that first goal.
Right, so we'll take it out of Redwing now. We'll go Premier League. What clubs do you boys support?
West Ham, yeah, we both
support West Ham.
Yeah.
How do you describe the season so far?
Tragic, I think. Yeah, obviously.
That's one word to describe it. Yeah.
Arsenal the other day. I mean, it was started off well. First half played well, went 1-0 up, and then they had 3 shots on target. First 3 shots of the game, scored them all, and then just couldn't bring it back. I mean, at that point when West Ham going down, they're not really very good at bringing it back.
Pellegrini in or out?
I think personally out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
In, because I think he's got that he's won a Premier League title before, and he with Man City, I believe, and I think he's just got that ability to be able to take West Ham to that next level.
So what is it that's letting you down?
I just think it's a lack of drive from the players.
Yeah.
I just don't think
Players more than manager.
players more than the manager.
So why do you want the manager out?
Because I just feel like if you're a good manager, you can get that drive out of your players.
Yeah.
You know, if you're the manager, you get them working hard in training, you cut down their days off. You know, you get them to want to play well.
Oh,
It doesn't seem like he's reflecting that on the players.
Right, well, we'll take it out of football a little bit more light-hearted. I want you boys to look at each other. And 3, 2, 1, I want you to describe each other in one word. Alright, I'll give you a bit of thinking time. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Lankies.
What did you say?
Lanky.
Or what did you say?
The base.
I like that. 2 different ones. What would you say the other person's best and worst quality is?
I think
Probably your worst quality, I think, is get a bit gobby.
Yeah.
I think you know. Yeah. I think you know that as well. You sort of end up letting your words get like in front of some of the other stuff. Like you could be a good footballer, you are a good footballer, but it's like sometimes you let your words sort of bring you down a bit. And your probably best quality, I think, probably your determination. I reckon.
Oh. What would you say?
stop.
Confidence, I think you're quite confident.
Is it best quality or worst quality?
Best quality, but it's worst quality. You know, for good best quality, I think confidence. I mean, not just like outside of football as well, but sometimes it does reflect in football. Sometimes having the ball at the back. You know, you need a confident player who's not afraid to just have the ball at the back and have the ball at his feet.
Nice.
Worst quality. Sometimes you be a bit dopey. You can do some silly things sometimes, but most of the time it's not too bad.
It's lovely. We'll bring that back to football then. What would you say the other person's best and worst footballing quality is?
Well, I've already said probably best
quality is he's good. He can pick out a pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him. I've been playing football with him for a long time. If he sees someone running, he can get the ball to him. He's very good at that. He's a good midfielder.
Nice.
Worst quality in football, probably just the stamina. I think you know that. Like it's one of those things. I mean, I'm not very good for it either.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things you've got to work on, and eventually you'll get there. It takes a lot of training and a lot of hard work to get there.
Best quality physicality, especially this season. He never used to play. Like he plays centre half now, but he never used to play centre half. I think this season he's obviously quite big and quite a strong lad. I think his physicality definitely helps him on the pitch. His worst quality, sometimes decision making, sometimes.
Thinking back to the dopiness.
Yeah, sometimes
He's just got to go down the field. Sometimes just got to go, but
Try and get the pass out, and I'm making a mistake.
Where did you play before you played centre back?
I've probably gone for every position
Everywhere.
on the pitch. I've played striker at Mornington Boys before we went to Redwing.
Yeah.
Played centre mid at Whitford Town. Played a season in goal for Whitford Town.
Really?
Yeah. So I sort of just I've never find that position that's suited me
Which one
best.
have you enjoyed most?
I enjoy playing centre mid the most because
Yeah.
I feel like I get the most chance to be as creative as possible on the ball. But I'd say my best position is definitely centre back.
That's nice. Would you say you're Declan Rice then? Stand in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd very much. Yeah.
Fair enough. What's the area of your personal games that you'd most like to improve?
For me, I think it's personally, like especially in football, obviously, football's quite a high tempo game. Not only my standard, but just keeping myself under control sometimes. Sometimes, obviously, everyone likes a big tackle, especially at Sunday League, but sometimes it's better to just stay on your feet. I think I need to just control that a bit sometimes.
I think it's just not being afraid to go in for that strong change. I mean, sometimes I sort of end up, I see that change I can go in for, but I end up backing up a bit and just like waiting for the player to come towards me, but instead I just need to go in and just clear him.
Would you say that's more because you're so used to playing in centre mid, or was that a problem when you were centre mid as well?
I think it's just a problem that I've sort of always had with me. I've never really been that person to go straight, like I've never been wanting to go out on the pitch and just absolutely clear someone.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to have that sort of just mentality sometimes.
I think especially with injuries as well, because you injured your ankle, didn't you?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I tore an ACL ligament in my ankle, and then obviously coming back from that, I sort of took it easy after that. You don't want to injure yourself again, and then I sort of never regained that confidence to be able to go in for that challenge since then.
Was that injury quite recent, or?
It was, I think, 4 years ago now. So
Fair enough. What out of the other person's game, what would you like to take from their game and put it into yourself?
His physical presence. I'm definitely not the most physical presence on the pitch.
But he called you a beast, though.
Yeah, I think that's more.
It's in general.
It's more in general.
I
I
don't
don't
think that's necessarily.
You won't take anything from anyone. That's just.
Got it.
I think that's more a mental thing, but like I feel like physically,
Yeah.
physical presence definitely. I take that from Josh's game.
I think just ability, general footballing ability on the ball.
Yeah.
I think he's very good at manoeuvring himself around. If he's got one player coming towards him, he knows which way to go. I mean, he can also then like wrap his foot around and getting the correct pass out all the time.
Nice.
So it's just main quality, I think.
Nice. So you boys will be learning to drive soon, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm learning to drive. Yeah.
You're learning to drive now, yeah? How have you found it?
I'm getting better. I think every lesson you get a little bit better.
How many lessons you had so far?
I've had 8 hours,
Yeah.
so like roughly it's like 7 or 8 lessons now.
Nice.
If a Range Rover for day.
That's got to be a limo, isn't it? That's got to be a limo, isn't it?
That's perfect. That's perfect. So obviously it's nearly Christmas, so being festive and all. If you both got each other a secret Santa, what would you both get each other?
It's hard.
It can be as nice or as mean as you want.
Hair colours.
Going in hair, I'll buy you a new brush.
I love it. If you had to get the manager a gift, if he was your secret Santa, what would you get him? Again, do you want to be nice to get yourself in the squad, or do you want to kick yourself out?
I don't know. We don't. It's hard.
It's hard 'cause we don't know Ross like in that sort of way to be able to think, oh well, he'd like that, oh you wouldn't like that. So it's
Pint lager, there you go, that'll do.
I think that'd be like a big thing. It is.
Okay then, so what would you get your Whitford Town manager for secret Santa?
Well, that's your dad, so.
I'd get him.
probably a a Ewok costume or something from Star Wars, just maybe a Jabba the Hutt costume. I think that describes him pretty well.
Well, I don't know, what would I get your dad for Christmas if I got for Secret Santa? Probably more alcohol, probably.
It's always a good shout. So look, we'll take it back to Redwing. So as you boys said, you're both studying right now. Have you both got part-time jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you work as?
I work at Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work in Edinburgh Wool and Mill.
Is that nice? Is it
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Yeah.
So have you found juggling, studying and working along with Redwing?
I think I've found it a bit easier than what Adam has because I've got the added benefit of my mum being the manager of the shop, so I've sort of had the ability to say, oh well, I can do that shift, I can't do that, and then so it's easy for me to sort of work my way around with training and everything. But
Yeah.
I know.
Like, it was a bit hard, obviously. I've got my set hours, I can't change my hours. If I want to take time off, I've got to take it as holiday.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm at college during the week, or like every day during the week, and then on the weekends I work. So, when, obviously, on a Sunday, if this is an earlier kick-off, then I'm able to play, but especially when like we start going like away games, and when the kick-offs get later and later, it's hard for me to play and to train.
How's the manager been with that? Has he been accommodating? Or?
Yeah, he's quite accommodating. I think he knows, obviously, we're getting older now, so obviously he's trying to get... The thing was that he wanted to get later kick-offs to the boys that wanted to go out, obviously, on a Saturday and things like that, but yeah, I can't, you've got to do what you've got to do.
Oh, fair enough. So that you boys will be turning 18 soon, so is there, like, what aspirations do you have both personally and footballing? Do you want to go to university? What do you want to do?
I think I'd like to go to university.
Yeah. What would you like to study?
Probably economics.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably get into uni, yeah.
Nice.
I've had enough of school for the years I've been doing it. I'm not going anywhere near university, but I think I'd quite like to be a salesman.
Would you?
Yeah, I think.
What, Wolf of Wall Street type?
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely.
What would you, in terms of football, would you like to go to the Redwing men's team, or if you're going to uni, would you like to be a part of the uni team?
Yeah, I'd like to be part of the uni team. I think football's not only obviously good for keep you fit physically, but it's also, I think it's good for you mentally as well to play football. It sort of lets some steam off. I think I'll be playing football all the way into adults football. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep playing for as long as until I can stop. Really, until I feel like I'm at the point where I just can't physically play anymore. I just want to play.
Is it regardless of what team? Or?
Yeah, well, I've not bothered really what team I play for. Obviously, I've always sort of kept local.
Nice.
So.
Fair enough. So look, boys, that was a brilliant interview. So I just want to end it off with a little preview. Your previous two games, they've both been in cup competitions against opponents that have been a division below you. So next week you've got a game back in the league against Corinthians. How tough a test is that going to be? And how do you see the game going?
I think it should be. It's obviously a tough game. You know, people in our league. You know, our league's very. You don't know what's going to happen in our league. You know, you could come up against a team one week, they could play really well, then you play them again, maybe home or away, and they're even better.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously we did beat two teams that are lower than us in the cup. But every game's the same. Go out there to win. It doesn't matter what league they're in.
I think it's we've lost 2 games in a row to teams that are in towards the bottom end of the league. I mean, it's hard to sort of judge in our division with everyone being so competitive. All the teams are sort of, there's no outstanding team that is ahead of everyone, so it's hard to sort of judge. But I think it's going to be a hard game, and I think it's definitely one we can win.
Well, good luck to both of you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you for a perfect interview.